And back to reality. Now, did you feel what that was trying to portray? Did you listen to the words and feel the energy of what they were trying to describe, of the image that was trying to be portrayed, the feeling that it was creating through myself as I was writing that and as I was trying to describe that, was how we can take ourselves away to something, to a new location, a new destiny, a new feeling, just by using words, just by using our imagination. Because in this mind and with the things that we already have access to, which is understanding speech, which is using words, which is imagination, we can create anything we want within our minds. So if we can do that, why are we constantly reliving those moments in our life that may not be as fun as that description that I just had before, or may not be as enjoyable as creating these fantasy-filled type scenarios in our mind? Why do we constantly replay those moments that hurt us, those moments that feel bad? Or why do we create scenarios in our head of something doom and gloomy where we think we know what the outcome is going to be, and we think that this scenario is going to play out this way, or this is going to happen over here, or this is going to happen over here? Why do we keep going to this space where we are creating things in our mind, which is making our body react to it, and we are feeling whatever it is that we're thinking in our mind? If we started to look at that and found that there was a way that we could make it more fun, we could make it more desirable, we could make it more exciting. When we're thinking about those things, even though they're not real, they're not in our reality, even though they're made up in our minds, they're going to make us feel better. And if we are thinking more about those things on a continual basis, instead of creating these horrible scenarios or replaying, sad and traumatizing events, eventually we could balance out that constant feeling of who we are and how we're feeling and what that feels like in our vibration, in our frequency, and lift it up, that it becomes more of this feel good, which means we're feeling good, which means we're increasing our frequency, and that's what we want. This is why I've written this book. This book is all about manifesting money. And this is the third time of me writing this book. I wrote it the first time a couple of years ago. Same principle, but a lot more logical, a lot more boring, full of spelling errors, not formatted. It's just a noob who decided I'm going to write a book and sell it on Amazon. Then a year or so later, I changed the cover and actually put my name on it. The first one, I wouldn't even put my name on it, but now it's fully up-leveled. Because how do you write a book about something that millions of people have written about, that millions of people have their success stories, and they have new ideas, and they have old ideas, and they have proof, and they have all, this is how this works, and this is how this has worked, and this is how this worked for me, and they've written well, and they have these huge platforms, and they have these huge stages? How can you match with that? How can you try and compete with that in a way so that you can still give the essence of what that book is supposed to be about, but do it in a way that you think is actually going to help people? So that's why this whole money surge has come about, is how do you manifest money but make it hot? This is why the book started the way that it did. And I'm sure that if you bought a book about manifesting money, you would not think that this is where we're going to start. You would be thinking, what am I reading? What is happening? And if you don't know much about who I am and what I do, yes, I try to be a little bit different, and I try to put a lot of ideas in one thing. So I wanted to create a book about manifesting money where we still do all the standard things that everyone else is talking about, but we do it in a way that I have now realized is the most fun, the easiest, and I think a little bit of a mindset change in the way of what we think or what we believe the outcome should or we want it to be. And we will talk more about that. And who am I to write about this? I'm someone who has been down this road for the last few years. I have tried to find the answers to a million questions and ended up down these roads of spirituality and healing and manifesting and you name it. I've probably done a course, worked with someone, tried to find it, researched, read a book, did something in physical practice, because I am all about learning about things and sharing them with people, but unless I have my own proof and, oh, I've already done this first, there's no point in me talking about it. And with most things that we want to teach or we want to share with people, we want to have that proof, because when we are talking about manifesting money, if you are writing a book, well, then you should be coming out there saying, well, these are the steps. This is how I use these steps. And now I'm a millionaire. Now I'm a billionaire, because that's what it's about, right? We're manifesting money. It's not about that. And that mindset shift of not trying to just create, I want $1 million, let's bring it in, is where we are going to make this whole idea and the way that we work on the 21-day protocol is going to be different. Because it's not so much about us trying to pull in that $1 million because we want $1 million. It's us getting to a state of being who we really are, what we really want from the depths inside who we are, and being able to magnetize that, being able to express that in a way where the money just becomes a side effect. We're no longer driven to, I'm going to keep doing this and I'm going to keep working on this and I'm not going to stop until I get $1 million mindset. Because if you were, why are you doing that? Why are you operating in that way anyway? Is because you would be trying to get a feeling from that result. So instead, us expressing from the inside out attracts the things to us. And yes, we can still want $1 million. That's going to attract to us. We're going to be like this little magnetic beacon where all the things that we want are going to come to us, instead of us trying to create something in order to give us something back. Because you think about it, when you want a successful business or you want a lot of money or you want to buy something, you want to do something, why? It's because we want it to make us feel a certain way. If we want money to pay bills, that is going to alleviate our pain of not being able to pay bills. If we want money to buy expensive things because we like the way that those things make us feel. So it's always going to revert back to how we feel. But if we already have that feeling, and then all that other stuff's just going to come to us like the cream on top. So that's the essence of what this book will be about. That's the difference of how this book is now written, is to open your mind to the idea of creating literally from the inside out to attract everything to you. So we're going to manifest money. We're going to make it hot. We're going to make it something desirable. And when we're talking about things that we desire, and because we're talking about the way that we feel, what's the most exciting feeling that you can have? And don't give me about different experiences and things like that. I'm talking about when you orgasm. Just got a ring in my ear then as I said that. It's like, wait, what the fuck did you just say? Yes, that's literally what we're talking about. I mean, this is how we started the book off like that, right? It's not about turning this into some big, sexy, raunchy, over the top, use your sexual desires to create the things you want. It's more about understanding that ultimate feeling that your body can do, because literally when you are in that state, that is the ultimate feeling that you can have. There is no higher feeling than that. If you look at the way that our body releases hormones and the way that our mind literally lets go, in the moment of climax and the build up towards it and all those hormones that are making us feel good, you will understand that the whole idea of leading to that feeling is the highest vibrational feeling we can lean towards. Of course, we can also talk about that love and the enlightenment feeling. I think there's a difference between the two. And I think that the difference is with the orgasmic feeling that you have is going to be driven more on how it feels in the body, in the way that it releases in a certain way in a short period of time versus the enlightenment love. I am one with the universe, loving all over my body, feeling which can be constant and consistent for a period of time. So it's about using this energy towards that buildup, which is going to allow us to unlock the thoughts and the desires that we have to create that ultimate feeling. Because even if we are just feeling in that sexually aroused state, it's putting us in that frequency, which is allowing our body to feel good. It is making our brain feel relaxed. We're not sitting in that state of sadness or pain or any of those lower vibrational emotions. And that's the whole point to manifesting. That's manifesting 101. And if you want to follow the rules of that and you want to understand that, it's all about the emotion and the high vibrational frequency. And after everything that I've studied and learned and tried, I know there's a common thread through it all. So this is why this book sort of wraps it up together. So the way to that is by using the most ultimate feeling we can have. And, you know, if someone has a better feeling and they want to tell me about it, knock yourself out. But for me, I don't think there is an ultimate feeling. And I'm not saying you walk around with a heart on all day. It's more about you getting into that excitement of it, that wanting of it. And we're talking so much more about it in this book, but it's understanding that, yes, this is where this book is going. And it's not, oh my goodness, we're just going to be talking about sex stuff. It's more about that deep desire. It's that feeling within the body and trying to find the highest vibrational frequency. If you feel uncomfortable talking about that, well, then that's just a belief. And I get it and I understand it. And we are talking about that in here as well. So this is where we're going inside this course. So the idea behind all of the information inside this book is so that you do get packed, punchy information so that you can just get what you need, get it, hold it, reject it, move it, whatever it is, and then use the 21-day protocol, which does contain a lot of basic everyday manifesting money-making tools. The whole idea is to use these not brand new ideas. I can tell you right now, nothing I speak about is brand new. It's just the way I'm putting them together based on everything else that I've learned so that you can pull the pieces out, apply this new maybe information to you, attach it to some standard everyday ideas, and it will allow you then to create a new mindset because you're doing something for a period of time. So put on your waterproof pants, get comfortable, and let's start learning. And once you've done all these videos, start doing it. And then tell me what your life is like.